Everybody, welcome back to Maps Virgin. I'm Brian, and I want some damn chicken.
And I'm Kim, and I'm stage 4 out of 5 of stealing the dog.
I mean, this episode, I don't like it when it's just the weddings. Like, I don't know. I'm happy that it wasn't like a full 2 hours. Maybe it was, but without the commercials, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, it feels like they're dragging stuff out that doesn't need to be dragged out a little bit.
Yeah.
We could have hurried through some of this and gotten to the honeymoons or gotten all 5 weddings done in once. I'm like, we got 2 more of these things to go.
Squeeze them right in there.
Yeah, but before we get into the details, what is your non-maps content this week?
I mean, I'm obsessed with Love Island right now, but I've also been watching the 4th season of Welcome to Wrexham on Hulu. So started that one from the beginning. I love a sport. We're a soccer house. It's just, I don't know, the series is charming. It's fun. It's great. It's a good watch. It's got like Ted Lasso vibes, but in reality, you know?
Yeah, it's super charming. I watched the first 2 seasons. And I think at the time I said that the finale of the 2nd season was like the best sports documentary I've ever seen. Because it was like, that was when they were in their final game of the season to see if they were going to get promoted or not. And like, there was so much emotion. It was really, really good. And I should go back and keep watching it because I did love the first couple seasons of that show.
It's good.
I'm just going to be a basic white lady and point out that I am watching Love Island and I'm obsessed with it. And it's great.
It's incredible.
And, it is. It's everything that I wanted Temptation Island to be. It is messy. It is wild. Very strange to just watch one adult make out with like 8 people in a 20-minute span. That's crazy to look at.
Is this your first go round with Love Island?
Officially, yes. So my wife is a big time watcher. And we go on vacation with her family every summer. We're actually leaving on Friday, so we're not gonna have an episode next week because I'll be in Arizona for that. But when we're on vacation, she's like, all right, I have to go like get in bed, right? I'm like, it's 8 o'clock. I guess there it's like 7. And it's like, yeah, I know, but like it's airing, I have to vote. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And I've been in bed with her for like parts of episodes. I think I've been in bed with her for like a couple of recouplings. And I was just like, I don't understand the rules of this show. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know why this is exciting. And now I get it. I understand it. The drama is great. Huda is the craziest person I've ever seen on television.
Yes.
It is a complete train wreck, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's real good. Yeah, I'm glad that you're full blown into it now. So.
Yeah, I am, and I also appreciate the full like hero edit they give Ariana whenever she shows up.
Yeah,
just like,
she looks incredible.
This is the best she's ever looked, and. Just the fawning camera shot of her walking in slow motion for 2 minutes straight whenever she shows up. I'm like, all right, it's a lot, but I like her and it's fine. If it was, I don't know, Kristen Doty or somebody like, no, don't do that.
It's not the same.
She smells like cigarettes. It's not the same. Okay.
Suck a dick.
Yeah. Good Lord. Remember that time Jax went down on her a couple times on the couch? Anyway. Let's get into this week's episode of Maths. What couple do you want to start with?
Well, should we pick up where we left off with Katie and Derek?
We should. You pointed it out last week how young Katie looks in general. When they showed her in the wedding dress, I'm like, oh, she's 12. This is a child bride.
She's a child bride and a child therapist.
Yes, it is wild.
She is a child who is a therapist.
Yeah, no, she's Doogie Howser, MD. Confirm. I didn't appreciate it until you pointed it out, and now it's all I can see. Especially because he towers over her, like he's comfortably a foot taller than her.
Yeah,
like, oh, this looks weird to me. It's giving, I don't know, Warren Jeffs. But yeah, there's a moment. Like before the wedding when they're in the back hanging out together, the friend who like woke her up in bed with a half empty beer in hand at this point is fully blackout drunk. Like this lady is wasted. I don't have a polite way to describe her. It's the one with the gigantic boobs and like the dress that can't really support them because they have teeny tiny spaghetti straps.
Yes.
She
Yes.
drops down on a knee to do a fake proposal for no reason, and then when she stands up, almost like fell into Katie and knocked her down. I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
it is 9 a.m. It's early.
She's just making the most out of this time. Apparently, she does not
Yeah.
care that there are cameras, or she's doing it because she's nervous there's cameras. I don't know.
Yeah, no, she's having the time of her life. And this has happened in a couple of other seasons where you have like one very drunk friend at the reception. It's always fun. I
Mhm.
don't think it's ever like I've never seen somebody like escorted out or like be asked to calm down. But I clocked it and I was like, I'm gonna keep an eye on her whenever she's on camera because I know she's gonna do some wild shit. And then if you not to jump ahead, but if you saw scenes from next week, she's the one who was like, "So you want to dick her down or what?" I'm just
Yes.
like, "All
Oh my
right,
God. Insane.
amboned, fully
Woo.
wasted."
Woo, woo.
Unfortunately, Katie can't enjoy it because she's too busy again talking about her ex. What is going on?
It was just like, it's too much at this point. Like, this is when
Yeah,
I'm like, if you're this hung up on someone else, even coming out of the woodwork this late in the game, like, I, I don't know, you should have denied the show. You should have
should have,
denied the show. I mean,
should
it's
have.
making for good TV, but also
Mm-hmm.
it's just, if this is going to be your whole storyline, like, it's going to get old.
Oh, and again, I need to point out this was not like a multiple year long term relationship. We
Right.
lived together. I thought we were gonna be married. Like they dated casually for a few months ago. And like this is nuts to be this hung up on this guy, but like it's all she can talk about. It's
Yeah.
all she can think about, apparently. And
Yeah.
like you would hope one of her friends would pull her aside and just like talk some sense into her and be like, knock it the fuck off. Like that dude sucks. He was trash. They've gotten you somebody that's right for you. Like rub it in that dude's face how much fun you're having instead of like, oh, but he loves me now. Like Katie,
Yeah.
come on.
It's
Come
really
on.
weird. And she's just like sobbing and like not in the good way. And then her mom's talking head is like, Katie is ready for marriage. No, she ain't. No, she
Well,
ain't.
to that other guy, to that other
Apparently
guy,
now,
maybe
right
not
now,
to this
which
fella.
tells me she's not ready for marriage at all.
No, no, Jesus. Well, and I did appreciate that Derek's mom showed up.
Yes.
You know, I'm still confused by why being Catholic means you can't support a shotgun wedding of sorts.
Again, I call out this woman is divorced.
Right. This is a divorced woman, but that part is okay. But getting married to somebody you don't know is not all right, even though it's not in scripture.
Picking and choosing. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me. But I'm glad she
It's
showed up.
yeah, no, I'm happy that she's there. Her speech was very sweet.
Yes.
Just like I was a little bit confused. She was like, "Well, I cried for 2 days straight, and then I was just over it." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Huh, that doesn't seem like how emotions work."
I don't even know.
But
Katie's
yeah,
dad, on the other hand, this
mm-hmm.
man is not helping the situation.
Mm-mm.
They're just like playing off of each other's anxiety, and it is a lot.
Yeah, nobody is here to calm her down.
No.
Everyone is here to just like, except for her mom, who doesn't say anything. But
Right.
everyone's like, "I'll sprinkle a little tiny bit of gasoline on this fire and see what happens, and just keep it going at least." But like, yeah, dad could be like, "No one liked that guy. Your mom didn't like him. I didn't like him. Like, you're lucky to no longer be with him. Let's leave him in the past." And instead, everyone's like, "Well, if you want to run, we can run." I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not. You're not helping anything at
No.
all.
It was just like he kept like feeding into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the room, then as they were walking down the aisle, it was just like, whoa, dude.
Yeah,
Like, this
it's a
is
lot.
not helpful.
It's not even a little bit. But luckily, she does make it down the aisle, gets to the altar. There is something that happens often when they're at the altar, and it's like, oh, Katie's friends and family want you to know. Anytime they say this person doesn't sugarcoat anything, this person is blunt, this person doesn't have a filter, what they're really saying is this person is not going to take your feelings into account with whatever they say, and like you got to deal with that. It's always a red flag to me when someone's like, this person never shuts the fuck up when they could. Just like, it's not helpful, and especially considering we know she's not really all the way into this anyway, it
Yeah.
feels like setting up for disaster.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, talk about another moment here down the line, but it's like something similar. But yeah, I feel like if your friends and family, that's what they think to say about you,
They
like,
lead with it.
ooh, I'd be mad.
The first thing they say
Personally,
about you, right?
I would personally be mad. I'd be like, you couldn't have led with like, she's charming, she's lovely, she's a
No,
kind soul, she's
Brian's friends and family,
beautiful.
Brian's friends and family want you to know he doesn't give a shit about your feelings.
Yeah.
Just, oh my God. What were your thoughts on Derek's vows?
I mean,
Did you
they
have
were
him?
fine.
Mm-hmm.
They were, I mean, they were well written for not meeting her. She
Mm-hmm.
was very into them.
She was.
So
She was impressed. To me, they were just generic vows. I mean,
yeah.
you know, we've seen what happens when you have amazing vows occasionally. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So like I don't necessarily need someone to have something like over the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, this felt like you if Chat GPT existed back then, ask Chat GPT to just like write you some wedding vows, and they're fine. They're
Yeah.
totally fine vows.
Yeah.
Katie's vows are structured, and I appreciate a structured vow. I promise to blank, 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 and I promise to blibbity, blibbity, blap. Like I
Yeah.
like when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody that's there to like encourage your hopes and dreams and be by your side is what you want to hear.
Yeah.
She means it for that other man, but like she's saying it at least.
She's saying it. She's saying the words.
Yeah,
She's
she's
putting them
saying
out there in
words.
the universe.
She's pretending like she likes him.
Yeah.
They do have a good kiss, though. I will say a good kiss. I worry about his back because stooping down that low all the time, as somebody who is almost done recovering from back surgery, like you're gonna fuck up your back doing that, man.
I wonder if he's dated short girls in the past, though.
I would hope. I mean, I have only dated short girls, which is again not helping my back. So like, since 2003, I've been still a very strict 5'4" cutoff and not gone above it. And yeah, no, looking back, that's probably why I'm all messed up. But yeah, I was just like, man, you are so much bigger than her. I don't think he's super tall. He's not like 6'8".
No, but she's a child, and so
yeah, she's Polly Pocket. So yeah, no wonder this is what it looks like. When they go to talk after they get married, we have this whole dog talk, and like Derek, the way that he answers the question is odd, where she's like, do you have a dog? He's like, well, technically I don't. Like, well, now hold on. Technically. Yeah, roommate has a dog.
He's gonna steal the
loves
dog.
this dog. He's gonna take the dog, and he's happy to have a dog in the house. Katie said that her dog needs a daddy, and I'm like, that's a weird way to phrase it, but
that is a weird. She just needs someone to walk the dog that's not going to drag her, so that's not going to drag that person like down the street as they walk.
right. Yeah, I need somebody who is not going to look like they're on roller skates whenever they're walking the dog, because that dog is bigger than her.
Yeah,
so it's a problem.
Yeah.
Katie's very into his eyes. She really wants to impress him, which is why she drops that she's a child therapist, which is impressive.
Yeah,
because like I've never met a 12-year-old therapist before. It's fucking dope.
I know. She's Doogie Howser, and he's
right.
Like, this is great.
It's very accomplished. There's a show that only existed for one season. It was an animated show. Jonah Hill wrote it and did the main voice. It was called Alan Gregory. To me, it is the funniest cartoon ever released, and I'm sad it only got one season. She feels like Alan Gregory, who was, I think he was in like 3rd grade, but was voiced by Jonah Hill as adult Jonah Hill. And just like he was a little adult, like he wore a suit and tie, and all the things that he talked about were just like adult things to talk about, and he didn't fit in. That's how this feels. I'm like, oh, you're Alan Gregory. You're just a child who's like, but I talk like a grown up, and I dress like a grown up, and like I want grown up things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it probably makes it easier for the children to relate to her that they're, eye level with her.
Yeah, exactly. Very much. No, I mean, their conversation post-wedding seemed really good. I mean, yeah, she was very into him. I feel like the longer the night went on, particularly like in the pictures, it just seemed like it was very easy for them to just figure it out in that moment, at least. Like looking at her and the way she's posing in those pictures and just how they're coming out, like I feel like she's at least forgotten about the ex in this moment.
In the moment, yeah. Well, and she's really into him.
Yeah.
Their physical chemistry of these 3 couples seems to be the strongest.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had a time warp or what, because like when they got married, it seemed like it was the daytime, and then by the pictures, it is pitch black outside. So like a long time has passed or something, but like there's a lot of kissing in the pictures. There's a lot of kissing like at the reception.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on their first dance? I had a thought.
Yeah, I mean, they were very close together.
Yeah,
So, I mean, they were dancing like a couple who knows each other.
They were. And they were, I mean, she kept on saying that he was handsome and this, that, like it worked out well. I don't know that I've ever slow danced with a woman who buries her whole face into my chest. Like turn your head to the side is fine, but to like go eyeballs first into the chest is a lot.
I kept getting nervous that she was gonna pull her face away and there would just be makeup on his suit.
Just
That
a
was
mask
like my
on
first. I was like, no, don't put your face on the suit. Don't put.
It was a lot because she was like fully like pressing her face into his chest, and I'm like, you're obviously very comfortable, but like I don't know I don't know how to handle if someone does that. Felt very much like a little kid dancing with dad.
Yeah.
So here we are. Dinner conversation. Derek brings up the bucket list. I want them to just like take a moment and have him read his bucket list to us because it's come up multiple times now. And like I'd like to know what's on it.
Yeah, I'm interested. Apparently Thailand. I want to know what other weird ass shit this man wants to eat. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they both want to go to Thailand. And he was like, "Do you want to go to Thailand with me?" It seems so genuine. I don't know. I liked Derek this episode. It's funny when I'm talking about liking people or my observations. Like I know that you have all this intense knowledge in the back of your head.
I do.
And so I'm just like wondering if you're sitting there like, oh my God, come on. But to be fair, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, you know?
Yeah. I'm trying to stay even keeled.
I like Derek in this episode.
No, I will only discuss things that we see and are seeing.
Yeah.
So taking at face value, like at this point, I like both of them a lot.
Yeah.
Like it really we didn't see Katie have like a meltdown during the wedding about like her ex or like go run into the bathroom to like check her Facebook Messenger to see if he, sent her a message or anything.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it seems like things are going really smoothly with them. They seem like a very good match at this point.
Right.
It was kind of odd if someone's like, I love to travel. And I'm like, oh, have you gone to Thailand? Because I haven't. It's kind of like, oh, I would bring up a place that I've been to if I'm going to ask about a specific place. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm like, where is somewhere that you've always wanted to go?
Yeah.
And then if they answer something that, oh, I'd like to go there too. But it's if someone's like, hey, I'm an adventurous eater. Oh, have you ever had lion? I haven't. It just seems like an odd thing to ask somebody. But yeah, I mean, they're very easy with each other. Her brother gets up to give a speech, and I'm like, y'all could not look less alike if you tried.
Yeah,
like, they look so different. Oh my god. He's a gigantic ginger, and she is teeny tiny, and I'm just like, I have questions.
That one threw me too.
Yeah, and then Derek's dad gives his speech, and it starts off with insert bride's name here because he's a 90s sitcom neighbor.
He also was like doing kind of an awkward roast of Derek. Derek was like the only one laughing.
Yeah, it's a roast for one.
Like
he's taking things in stride, but for the first night for the wedding, this was a very smooth, easy wedding. Seems like the experts kind of knew what they were doing with these two because there wasn't any moments of like, oof, this is kind of weird or like I'm unsure about this person or anything. They were hit one out of the park right off the bat there.
Yeah, Derek's ready to figure out and learn about her diabetes. It's just
yeah. He offers her bread. She's like, nope, insulin. He's like, oh yeah, you're right. So like he's got to learn some things. But it's funny that he's like, yeah, I don't care that you're diabetic. Imagine me like, ugh, diabetes.
Oh no, red flag.
Right? No, that's a weird thing to be like, yeah, I don't care that you're diabetic. Like, well, I hope not. But there we are with that. Which couple do you want to do next?
Let's do Taylor and Brandon.
Okay. So Taylor and Brandon, their energy in general is kind of odd, and it starts at the beginning. Because before the wedding, Brandon is dictating his vows instead of writing them, and that's odd to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're doing that.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't tell if that was like his vows or if he was like trying to write her a note before the
Oh, it could have
wedding.
been that. It could
Because
have
he
been that
kept
too.
saying there was that whole discussion about see you on the other side, and like
Yeah.
everyone was like, that sounds like you're gonna die. That sounds like you're going to war. And I was like, is he just trying to send her a note, meaning like see you on the other side of like when we see each other at the altar?
I don't know, because I mean, in most seasons, and this is the first time I'm realizing this, most of the time we do see that moment where a gift is brought with a little note from your future spouse. And it's like,
Right.
oh, here's a meaningful thing for me. We're not doing the Houston season right now. That was my favorite one because this guy, Johnny, sends his future wife, Bao, I think it's like a Rockets jersey. And she's like, "Oh my god, he likes sports. Fucking gross. I hate this man. Why would he send me this?" And it is. She has such a reaction to it. And it's just like, "Yeah, I want to take you to sports games." But it was weird that we didn't get that with these because if that's what they were doing, that makes more sense.
Because that's what I thought they were doing, and then I was like, wait, why don't they ever deliver her the
They never did that.
gift?
Yeah, that's odd. And even then, it's like, well, okay, if I'm having my friend write the note, she's gonna be like, "Is this your handwriting?" Like, nah, it's somebody else's.
No, sorry, man.
It's just weird to me. Taylor's mom is not helpful because Taylor, she looks wonderful. I don't remember the era of like a weird metal wreath in your hair because she had that and so did Katie. That was apparently having a moment at this time.
Yeah, the flowers.
Yeah, but her mom walks. She was like, "Oh, your dress is too big," and I'm like, "That's not. Why would you say that?
That's so. Like, who wants to hear that? That's so awful, especially
Why
on a
would you
day
do that?"
where, like, their nerves are. I imagine nerves are already high on a wedding day in general, but
Mm-hmm.
then this situation is so different that I'm sure nerves are on 30 out of 10. And then for your mom, the first thing for her to say is, "Oh, your dress is too big." Like,
It's
lady,
wild.
come on.
I can't fix it. I can't do anything about it. So like, thanks.
But
Brandon,
Taylor recovers. She's like, I mean, I need room to eat and drink. And I said, I love that.
Yeah, she's like, I can eat in this. I'll be fine. I'm like, okay, that's solid.
Yeah.
Brandon continues to be weird because for me, a strange decision to unbutton your jacket on the walk down to the altar. Like, I don't wear a suit anymore. I used to be a suit man before I got into design.
Did you wear blue suits? Like literally every single person? Are you part of Big Blue Suit USA?
I am not. When I was in my suit era, I was very much a Steve Harvey suit type person.
Oh, okay.
So I had an olive green one that I used to wear a lot. I had one that was like pale gray with like pinstripe sky blue squares on it, like a grid pattern on there. And then I would wear the tie with the biggest knot you've ever seen. So if I undo my jacket, you see my tie is this long and it's all knot. So like I don't know what I was doing at 23. I thought I was cool looking.
All right.
But yeah, I would never just like unbutton my jacket to walk around. You unbutton it to sit down. You button it if you're walking around. So for him to like walk out and unbutton, I'm like, you look disheveled now. Like you look unkempt. I didn't like that, but he gives a hug to mom and aunt, which is nice. Taylor walks out. I did not know that her veil was 40 feet long.
It was a long one.
Yeah, it's dragging on the ground like behind the train on her dress.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, this is a lot of dress. I didn't understand what you had on until I saw you walk down the aisle with it. It feels I don't know. It feels like it's gonna be like gray and brown by the end of the night.
She was having a moment though. She was having an entrance.
Yes, it was a dramatic entrance and she looked wonderful.
Yeah.
Brandon was obviously into it. What were your thoughts on like their first interaction when they saw each other and met at the altar?
It was, I mean, I feel like it was two people that were nervous but relieved to see how the other one looked. At one point, she shouts like, "He looks good!" Like everyone cheers. And I was like, "What if she didn't like him?"
Right? Yeah, just like, oh, you have a safe word.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, same. I think that they both find each other physically attractive,
Mm-hmm.
which is obviously helpful.
Yeah.
You've never seen the first season. I don't know that you need to watch it because it's a very different show than it is now. But Jamie Otis, who is like, I guess like the mascot of the show at this point, she does all kinds of shit with the show and is like an influencer and everything, had like a physical breakdown upon seeing her husband and was like,
Oh.
he's ugly and like, what am I going to do?
Oh no.
It was really bad, and she was hysterically crying in the hallway after saying I do, because she's like, I am so not into this dude. She came around on the honeymoon and was like, no, I want to fuck him all the time. But like,
Oh, well, that's
when
good.
she first met him, she's just like, oh my god, he's an ogre. So we didn't get that. But then again, Brandon's friends want you to know that he's very blunt, doesn't filter his words.
Yeah.
No, filter your words.
Filter your words, man.
You should do that. You should, if you are somebody who has the capability to do this, because I do know that for a number of people on the spectrum, they don't understand that the things you're saying are kind of blunt and rude.
Sure.
So in that case, cool, you get a pass. If you
course.
are not anywhere on the spectrum, think about how your words are going to make somebody feel before you say them.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking here.
Yeah, like being blunt isn't like a flex. I don't know.
No, not at all. It's not the flex that these people think it is for some reason. Brandon's vows, to me, they were fine.
They're fine.
He enters with, from the moment I saw you, I knew I wanted to be with you. And the look that his mom and grandma give each other is like, do you believe this raggedy bullshit? I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I caught that one too, and I was like, I mean, I guess that's a thing that you would write before you saw I don't know.
It's supposed to generate a laugh, and instead everyone was like, ugh, I don't like that you said it. But like that's happened on the show a number of times, that somebody's like, you know, from the moment we met, I knew I wanted to be with you forever. Like, it's a cute thing to say to a stranger.
We see it obviously later, but
you see it work later on, but this time everyone's like, why would you say a weird thing like that, man?
Yeah.
Oh
boy. He did say, before he even started his vows, he was like, I'm going to give this speech after having a few panic attacks. And then talks about how not perfect he is several times, which, you know, if I was standing there and someone was like, he's blunt, and then he tells me he's having multiple panic attacks while standing at the altar and how unperfect he is, I'd be like, maybe I should be having a panic attack.
Yeah, I wasn't, but now I am.
Yeah.
Her vows talks about God and faith right away. I don't know that we heard either of them mention that in the first episode. Usually, if a lot of times, if that is like an important part of your life, then they do like an obligatory shot of you like in a church pew talking about like how you want someone to go to church with you and stuff like that. I don't know if that, I honestly don't remember if that becomes a thing with them or not. There's a lot of things I do remember about them. I don't know if that's part of it or not. So I'm interested to see, because he didn't really mention it either. And it didn't come up when they were talking after the altar either. So I don't know if it's just like lowercase God and just like the universe is what she's talking about. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
We're gonna learn together. Their kiss, Brandon continues to be awkward because the preacher is like, by the powers vested in me, and Brandon's like, come over here, girl. Like, the
he's like, he goes, you know what time it is? And I honestly thought at first that like editing had done something weird. And I was, because he was like, by the power vested in me, and there was like a kind of a pause. And then he goes, you know what time it is, and kisses her. And I was like, oh, that's really weird editing. And then nope.
No, come back. I'm not done yet. So weird. The dude's weird, man. And like, I can chalk this up to him having a lot of like pent up nervous energy, for the surprise or the secret wedding, or what do you want to call this? But it's just like, you got to calm down or something, because you're giving me anxiety right now.
Yeah, it's like a lot of nervous energy.
Yeah, well, and it carries over to their one-on-one conversation, because like the energy is so strange between them. Taylor seems really comfortable. She seems totally normal, having regular conversation. Brandon's laughter seems incredibly forced. It reminded me so much of David's laughter from last season.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, nothing funny is being said, and you're not delivering anything in a funny way. and then you just like bust up laughing after everything that's said. I'm like, this is weird, man.
Well, like one of the first things I know was like, I thought I was gonna get pranked, and you were gonna be a dude. And if
Yeah.
you were a dude, I would have gone to the exit. And she's like, well,
No,
I'm
not a dude.
not a dude. So
Yeah. High five on that. We get a confessional where Taylor's like, I'm not even sure if this man likes me. And I'm like, well, probably because he's being weird as hell. Like he can't just talk to you.
What's crazy to me is though, if I were her, I probably would feel the same way. But I feel like watching and just kind of seeing his talking heads and stuff, I feel like he does like her. Like I can tell that he is into her. But I see how she would be like, what's happening here?
No, like he tells the camera, like, I think she's like stunning and she's so gorgeous and whatever. I'm like, okay, well, tell her that, man, because she doesn't know if you like her at all. Very sad story about Brandon's brother who died from gang violence when Brandon was like 8. So he's got a teardrop tattoo. Again, weird. We didn't hear that about him in the first episode.
Yeah.
It's like, you would think that there'd be a moment where his mom would talk to him and be like, you know, obviously growing up was tough without your brother and all that. And like something would have been said, but this was a lot. We find out they're both Xbox players. Yeah. Where Taylor was worried he was going to be a homebody. And he's like, no, but I do like my video games, like my Xbox. And then she says that she has a 360 and an Xbox One, which is nice. I would have expected a follow-up of what games do you play? Can we play some co-op? What do you like? He's just like, okay, cool. Yeah, great. I'm like, no, these are openings to ask questions about her.
We also find out they're both in the booze industry. Well, that's one of her 30 jobs, but
right. Yeah. That's her side gig. When she's not, I don't know, solving cancer or whatever she does at multiple hospitals, apparently, because we thought it was just Johns Hopkins, but she does research at like a lot of hospitals.
A bunch.
Yeah. And he didn't, did he ask her what research she does? Did she
no. He sure didn't. Sure didn't.
God. He sucks. The energy between them just stays weird because when they go have their pictures, the energy is weird.
They shake hands at one point.
They do, which I can only think about King of the Hill when that happens. On King of the Hill, they have a flashback to when Hank and Peggy get married and they have a handshake in front of their cake. And Hank is like, I wanted that handshake to last forever. And it's just like, I always think about that. But like he goes in to try to kiss her during the pictures. She physically recoils. I'm like, oh. I'm just like, oh, well, that's not a great sign.
No, not a great sign at all.
Yeah. She's like, well, maybe when I get to know him better, I'll be more comfortable. But I'm just like, it's for pictures, lady. Like, it's not. He's not really trying to make out, but like that's not a good sign considering we saw that, Katie could not stop kissing Derek earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to the reception. Nothing is sadder to me than somebody that can't dance. I've got a very long dance background. I love to dance. Now that I am, bionic and can dance again, I'm looking forward to doing that at weddings again. But like no one is asking you to do a dance, Brandon. Like literally just step touch to the beat. That's all you have to do. Oh, makes me sad.
Yeah, it was. She called it, she's like, this man cannot dance. And she's trying to make the most of it. She's like, but we're having fun. No, I don't know.
It's okay. Yeah, no, that was rough. Her dress is a hazard. This dude keeps on stepping on it. He stepped on it when they walked into the reception. And then he stepped on it like 3 or 4 times while they were dancing. And I'm like, man, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? Get it together. Right. Help me help you.
Yeah, exactly.
When they're dancing, their interaction feels very performative to me because he keeps on like stepping back for like a huge laugh. And I'm like, nothing funny is happening.
Yeah.
Nothing. She's not laughing.
No.
Like, it just... I don't know if he's just nervous energy because like there's all eyes on him and this is a big day and he's on TV and whatever. But I'm like, everything about the way that you present yourself is kind of off-putting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. But then speaking of dances, we get to his grandma.
Oh boy.
Dance.
Grandma wanted a moment.
Grandma looks great.
Grandma's my age. Like, I'm not sure how that happened. But
Grandma looked incredible.
yeah, no, she's Eartha Kitt out here.
Damn, Grandma.
She's getting down. And again, Brandon just has to like awkwardly stand there and laugh. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay. Like part of me thought, and I don't know why I expected this from him. Part of me thought that this I can't dance thing was like a ruse. And then Grandma was going to get out there and they were going to have like a choreographed dance number where, oh, he can dance. I'm like, no, he can't. And this is just women who like to dance and him standing there nervous, waiting for the song to end.
Yeah. Exactly.
What did you think about Dawitt's speech? I thought it would be DeWitt, but it's Dawitt. So surprised by that. What do you think about his speech?
I mean, he said just nice things about his friend. Like, it was all just really just like laying on the compliments, which is nice. Yeah. Better than like a roast.
Right. Better than a roast, or he doesn't care what you think about what he says.
Yeah.
It was the only time that Brandon showed like genuine emotion, because he was crying during the speech. And that was sweet. Best friends since 3rd grade. It's like, I get how this is, emotional for you. And I also clocked that before he walked down to the altar, there was another friend who was like, welcome to the club, and gave him a hug and everything. And then Dawitt was like, yeah, I hope to one day like catch up with you or something like that. So like they're roommates. Like, I feel like Dawitt is kind of like, all right, well, shit, man, like I'm the last Mohican here. That's unfortunate. I wanted to talk about their dinner for a sec, because it almost feels like he's afraid of like awkward silences, because he's talking about like, look at everybody eating all these vegetables with no meat, and then laughs super long and super loud. And she's like, oh, do you not eat vegetables? Like, no, I love vegetables. And I'm like,
I like that she asked that too, with the tone of voice, like, do you not eat vegetables?
Like, this is just the salad portion of the meal. It's not vegetables with no meat. It's salad. Everyone's having salad because the meal is starting. Like, he needs to calm down. He needs to take a couple of hits off a joint or something, because he's so wound up, and like, what you're doing is not what you think you're doing. Yeah, let's go to Jessica and Austin, because they give us Michael and Meka for no reason at the end of this. When they started their segment, I paused. I'm like, there's 4 minutes. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just wanted to give us a little glimpse.
Yeah, but we'll do Jessica and Austin quick here. So when they start off, we get again Jessica talking about how she wants to like keep up with her sister Jennifer, who's already married and has a kid, and it feels a lot like Tom last season, being like, well, my dad would be really happy if I got married. My brother's already married. He has a family. Like, I need to keep up with my twin, essentially, which is a strange reason to want to be married.
Yeah.
Don't love it.
It is interesting. And I didn't even think about this last season, but one of the girls called it out, or they were like, do you think that after the sister walks down the aisle that he'll go, wait, that girl has the same face? And I was like, that's something you should consider. And it probably is.
I would have had.
You've never seen these people in your life, you'd be like, wait. And like, it would register that they're twins. But in that moment, I feel like I would have that thought, like, hold on, twins.
Especially if he would have taken a moment to like go say hello to her family and like give the twin a hug and all that. I'd be like, oh, no, wait a minute. Like, hold on. And Jennifer, the way that she brought it up was like, do you think he'd be like, oh, those 2 girls kind of look alike? And I'm like, no, you don't kind of look alike. You guys have the same head.
Yeah.
Stop. Not to throw shade. Jennifer's dress was not great. It was ill-fitting.
I did like the material that she chose. Like, I love like the gold sparkle. I vibe with that.
The cut wasn't right. Yeah. Then we get the dad, for no reason, hey, if you want to change your mind, we can run. And she's like, nope, I have given no indication that I don't want to do this. Like, this is all I ever wanted. So weird.
He's there. What I also thought was interesting was Jessica was describing what she hoped. He's like, oh, he's tall with brown hair and a beard. And I'm not going to be disappointed if he has blonde hair, no beard, and girl. Good thing you said that, because at first I'm like, oh, he's a smooth faced blonde man, and then I saw him, like, oh, it's not really, it's not really blonde, it's light brown, right? Yeah, because at first in my mind I'm like, oh, he's like a tow-headed man, and then it's like, no, it's not quite that bright. Yeah.
For
the record, I would be disappointed if there was no beard. So
I mean, my wife is the opposite. There's a reason I shave 3 times a week. I don't want to do this shit. I want to grow it back out. But they get down to the altar. We see the successful version of the joke that Brandon failed at doing.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Yep, from the moment I saw you, I knew I was gonna get married to you," and like the crowd busts up laughing, and I'm like, "It's the same joke."
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because Brandon's weird or what.
Yeah, they're just like really, really like it was almost too, I don't know. It's clever, but he just got hyped too much. He also won third guy in the blue suit. Looks like a child going to prom.
Yeah, he does. It's the acting doesn't help, but like he's got such a big smile and kind of very youthful, goofy energy. And so like, yeah, everything about him kind of communicates this is my dad's suit. This is kind of how it feels. But the watching the two of them like talk at the altar and do their vows, like you guys are a couple of dorks. And there was a part where I think by the time she starts her vows, it's the 3rd time they've introduced themselves to each other.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God, like you got calm down, both of you, please.
It was she also kind of read them like they were a school report. Like she does the introduction again, because clearly that's what she had planned for her school presentation. And then she was like, I vow this, blah, 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 blah. Like even like the same cadence as if you were reading like your school report to the class in front of your big poster board.
So in The Catcher in the Rye, there's this catcher and he's in some rye. It's like it did feel like it felt rehearsed. But like I mean, you're probably nervous. You probably don't want to like miss something that you wanted to say.
Yeah.
I get that. But yeah, the two of them are just dorks.
At some point in the vows, I swear to God I heard this wrong. But she said love is an overused word when talking about movies, shoes, and then did she say or tapas?
I thought she said chocolate, but I don't know. Frankly, I love tapas more than chocolate.
I love tapas too. And I was like, did she just say tapas? Because I do love tapas. Tapas
are great. I forget. There was I used to go to a place in Chicago. I forget what it was called, but they had really good bacon wrapped dates. Like I like a tapa. That's fine with me.
Baba Reba, probably.
There it is. It was Baba Reba. You're right.
Tapas is so good.
It's fantastic. It's overpriced. It's overpriced, but they are delicious. But like, no, it was fine. The vows were fine. They were received well. They both have very similar energy.
Don't forget, Brian, he really, really likes football. He's into football, guys. He's big.
I didn't know what that was going to be. Because the priest is like, he really, really, really turns the page. Really likes, I'm like, something weird football. Like, okay. Like it's not that weird of a thing. It's a popular sport, so a lot of us like that. They have a sweet little peck. Austin did ask first. He was the only dude of these 3 to ask first. When we see them, like after they leave the altar, their interaction is so easy. Like they can't figure out how a door works, and they laugh about that. Like they get to the room, say, "Oh, you have 10 seconds. Think about yourself." Well, I just got married, and they laugh about that. And I'm like, "Yeah, you guys."
Oh my God.
Like you guys make sense together.
Yeah, they were just like, they're awkward. They're both awkward. They're both awkward nerds, but it fit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, their awkward nerdiness worked with each other. There's like the whole thing with the champagne. Like,
oh my God,
she wants to open the champagne. He's like, I like whiskey. It's like he opens the champagne. They're doing a commercial. It was
for a long time.
For too long.
It goes on, and like
they were driving me crazy. I mean, good for them, but they were driving me absolutely bananas.
Yeah, I'll tell you. My wife is a very quick judge of character. We went to play trivia one time. She's never come back because she's like, I didn't get to answer any questions. You guys are very good at this. There was a girl that was there with us on the team. We got in the car, and before the door even closed, she goes, I fucking hate that girl. I'm just like, oh boy. And she's like, that is the kind of energy that I just can't stand, and it drives me crazy. This is the same kind of energy where it's just like, it's not so much nervous energy, it's just like a lot of energy. It's you're on 9 at all times, and like from champagne pour through, it's crisp and it's refreshing, and then you're posing with the bottle. It's like, this is, you guys are both Jim Carrey is what this
It's
is.
too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But like, we didn't get one of these last season. They have had a number of these equally dorky couples over the years, and they're some of my favorites. There was one in the New Orleans season, I can't remember, Bennett and Amelia, where they were, as far as I'm concerned, the single best couple in the history of the show. If we ever watch that season, I won't spoil what happens at the end, but like the two of them, I think the sealer for me, she doesn't shave her armpits. He's like, that's great. And then he walks out on their wedding night into the hotel room in like a muumuu. And she's like, oh my God, I love your muumuu. I'm just like, okay, like these two, they make sense together. It feels like, you know, if he would like ride up on a penny farthing bicycle, she'd be like, I also have a penny farthing. Like, they're just weird. And like, these two feel like more conventional dorks. They're not like out there weirdos, but like, they're just dorks.
This is the exact person that I thought Jessica was.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is exactly who I thought they both were, quite frankly. They have their first dance. They do that thing where we have to have full stretched out arms to like keep distance because we're 8 years old or whatever.
I hated it. My exact notes is, I hate these people.
I don't hate them. I would hate to be around them.
No, I can't deal. Like, it's too much.
It is a lot. They do another like beer commercial at the dinner table, which is the thing that they keep on doing. Brady gets up to give his speech, and he's like, well, best man speech supposed to be as long as the groomsmen can make love. So I'm done. I'm just like, you guys are all dorks.
They're all terrible.
Everyone in
That's
this room.
Also a choice. Like, starting with a sex joke like that is a choice in an environment where no one knows each other.
It's an awful lot. And also his mom and grandma are right there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Thelma is not down for this, I'm sure.
No.
Jennifer gets up to give her speech. It's very sweet. She's almost crying like a number of times during it.
Yeah, but she's also bad at jokes. Like, she's also reading this like a school report. And she's like, don't worry, I'm not coming out of your honeymoon. And she, like, apparently homegirl loves chocolate. She's so unique. She loves chocolate, loves it. Yeah. So she probably did say chocolate, not tapas. They're just all
she loves chocolate. He loves football. They're so weird and out there. Like,
no,
God,
these are conventional so people. Quirky.
Good Lord. It's a lot. But like, I did think at the end when Jennifer's like, we have to cut our calls down to like 1 or 2 a day. And then Jessica's like, oh, 3 times. So I'm like, I don't remember how involved she is with their marriage, but I'm like, ooh, that to me is a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like, is she really going to be like all up in your business, talking on the phone all the time, or is that going to be an issue or not? But that's kind of it for them.
Yeah.
You know, they seem like they are compatible as hell.
Yeah.
And they're going to annoy the shit out of us.
Oh, there was a moment where Grandma, before Austin went out, was like, you're so special, Austin. And he goes, I know. And in my soul, I went, whoa. He's not Alan.
Right. No.
He might be a nothing special Bobby, but he is no Alan.
He's not Alan. No. He is Bobby. He's not special. If this is how Bobby acted, I wouldn't be his friend anymore. He certainly couldn't run our D&D games on Sunday. Like, imagine this energy for a couple of hours every Sunday. Talking about like goblins and shit. Like, no, this is not it, buddy. This ain't it at all.
Doing champagne commercials in the middle of talking about battling goblins.
Well, they did have a little moment during pictures. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cute. Where she's like, "Oh, do you always keep your hair this long?" It's like, "Oh, it's been various lengths over my life."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Do you keep your hair this long?" And she's like, "Oh, usually I just buzz it, but I grew it out for the wedding." I'm like, "You guys are fucking dorks." Like, it's cute in small doses, but this could be exhausting quickly.
Yeah.
Let's real quick for 1 second talk about Meka and Michael, because they don't give us anything.
They really don't.
I was happy to see that he wasn't in a blue tux and he wore white.
Oh, thank God. That's what I said. Finally a white suit. Oh,
yeah. He looks good in the white. I did notice his mustache and beard don't connect by about a 1/4 inch, and it drove me fucking crazy. There is the smallest little gap at the bottom of his what is now a Fu Manchu because it doesn't reach all the way down.
That's
He's got
right.
handlebars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I don't know if it can't connect. I'm not sure if this is a choice you're making, but it's driving me insane.
Yeah.
And then we see Meka come out, and she is going through it. She's having a hard one.
She really is. They're like, "Oh, you look so good," and she's like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
she can't even get it out.
No, she can't get any words out. I mean, her hair and makeup look great, and like
she looks incredible.
Yeah, but then she points out the dress is too big, a la
I
Taylor.
didn't see it until she pointed it out.
Yeah, I didn't notice, and when she came out and looked sad, I'm like, oh, that's right, I remember this now. But she was saying that like her friend's like, I don't think it looks that big, and then she's like, well, if I put my hands up, and I think both of her nipples just came out because the camera like cut behind her friend's back, so we couldn't see what was happening.
Yeah, she's like, I don't. Nice to meet you, husband. Here's a free show.
Right,
oh, girl.
It's rough, and I think that she said it in a way that made it make sense to me, where it's not like I'm mad that my dress is too big. It's I want my husband to see me for the first time feeling confident, and I don't feel that way right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense to me, where it's not like, I'm upset that this isn't my perfect dress, but it's I don't like how it's making me feel and how it's going to make him feel when he first sees me not feeling good.
Yeah.
So like, we'll see. I don't remember if they have a solution for this at all. I don't know what you would do.
Well, part of me is like, you are on a television show. Is there not, can production not bring in a tailor? Like,
right.
Someone come help.
And I feel like they have at some point in time before. I feel like there's been a season before where somebody had a dress issue and like they had to quick sew straps onto it or something.
Yeah.
So they could get a tailor. Plus, as we see, these weddings take place at like 5 p.m. So like you probably have time to do something.
Yeah, help her.
At a minimum, I'm not an expert on this, but like would some chicken cutlets like not fill it out enough to hold it up some more? Like I don't know how that works, but I might help.
Something.
I don't know. Something. You gotta do something. And so they left us on a cliffhanger of her just really bereft.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the episode.
That was the end of the episode.
Let's do some goats and woats here. Who was your goat this week?
Derek was my standout for this episode. I thought he was great, especially along the backdrop of what we knew was going on with Katie. He doesn't know this, obviously, but like, I don't know. I feel like he stepped up, like acknowledged the diabetes thing, was friendly, was just like open. Like he just, I don't know. I liked Derek this episode.
Yeah. We're similar. I said Derek's mom.
Yeah.
She was very sweet, flying out from apparently Uruguay 5 minutes before the wedding started. Like I felt like she had a suitcase with her.
Yeah.
But I liked her a lot. And then who was your woke this week?
Jessica and Austin's fucking jokes.
I said Mika's Taylor. Did her dirty. Couple scores. Let's not do Meka and Michael, and we obviously can't do Mindy and Zach because they were absent this episode. But what do you give to Taylor and Brandon?
I have them at a 2. It was weird this week.
It's weird. It's real weird. Katie and Derek.
I bumped them from a 2 to a 3 because of their interaction, but I still.
Oh, well, is it the boyfriend of it all that's still kind of holding you back?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fair. And Jessica and Austin?
Full 5.
Yeah, no, they belong together.
Yeah.
They are that Mariah Carey song. We belong together. Y'all, that is the show. If you like us, subscribe to the show, give us a 5-star rating, and tell your friends to help us grow the show. If you didn't like us, give us a 5-star rating anyway and lie to your friends. You can also follow us on Instagram and Threads at Maths Virgin and join our Facebook group, the Maths Virgin Fan Club. We'll get these jokes off all week. Go over to nifty50apparel.com, buy some shirts. Discount code is nifty15, get 15% off, and head over to our YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.